Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, how are you? I am fine by the grace of Almighty Allah, and you, I think you are well. And you are in the home now. Meanwhile, you have known that I am teaching you Volpone, students of honors, third year under National University. Volpone is a great drama written by Jonson. I have given or I have delivered still most probably 7 lectures, and I do another. This lecture is also very important for you and for your final exam. The 7th lecture was about the humor of Volpone, comedy of humor. This question is very important for this year, and also this lecture number 8, it will be very much important for your final exam. So dear students of third year honors, please be careful, study. Okay, dear students, I don't like to waste my time. I like to go through the lecture number 8. Yes, lecture number 8, honors third year, course number 231101. Your topic is Volpone, and topic Volpone as a satire on the contemporary English society. I think you should have to remember the second lecture I delivered, and the lecture was about the historical background and the contemporary time of English when Jonson wrote this drama Volpone. Now the discussing point or topic is Volpone as a satire on the contemporary English society. Context about writer, before any question answer, you should have to emphasis on writer. Jonson was a unique person among Englishmen of letters and one of the great dramatists of Elizabethan era. He was known as a classical dramatist, and Volpone is one of his highly interesting and remarkable comedies in dramatic world. It is forceful play, and Jonson presents a vision of life at once horrifying and disgusting. In this play, Volpone is the principal character, and the main interest of the play lies in him. Jonson in this play exposed the contemporary follies, foibles to love, and the vices of English society. And I think he has skillfully written this using animal imagery in this play. So, the next, what is about satire? What is satire? Normally, you know, a satire is a literary genre that uses irony, wit, and sarcasm to expose humanity's vice and follies, giving impetus to reform through ridicule and love. Jonson's famous play Volpone is a satirical comedy. According to him, comedy should deal with real life, describing the follies, weakness, and wickedness of men and women in the society, which was found normally in English or England. In Volpone, Jonson satirizes the contemporary money obsessed society superstitions and beliefs in quackery and wonder cures, woman's love of fashion and lawyer's profession very skillfully. Now, number 3, Jonson's aim on satire on Volpone. In Volpone, Jonson satirizes the contemporary English society very skillfully. In the play Volpone, all the characters are very greedy and it is embodied by the main character Volpone, the protagonist of the play. Mosca the parasite, the 3 legacy hunters and the other clients, all are. At the very beginning of the play, we see Volpone worships gold and he comments gold as his god. And also gold is saint. Gold is commented by him as the sun. So Volpone's worship of gold verges on blasphemy. And we see throughout the play that he evaluates everything in monetary value. He emphasizes on gold. He believes that everything can be purchased, can be bought in exchanging for money. So to earn money, gold is important. And this belief is obvious in his attempt to seduce Celia, wife of Corvino, most important character, by tempting her with his fabulous wealth, property, when she was in Volpone's chamber. He tried to seduce her by giving every valuable property. And normally it was practiced in England of that time. So it is the aim of Ben Jonson's to write. Number 4, Volpone's victims. Who are the victims of this play? Very interesting. You know, Volpone is a very important play of Ben Jonson in England. So, a lot of characters are there, but most important character is Volpone. And the center character is Volpone, and around Volpone there are some other characters. So, they were the Volpone's victims. The 3 legacy hunters are all concerned with amassing more wealth. They wanted to get more wealth. So they were very greedy. They are prepared themselves to sacrifice everything, even their own wealth, honor, and to compromise their values, family and relatives to be Volpone's here in the expectation of greener pastures. The first of the 3 Volsar, an advocate, degrades his lawyer's profession for the sake of money. You know, he can plead against his maker for few pennies. He was a greedy person. The second suitor, Corbaccio, is ready to disinherit his son, only one son, his own son, Bonario, only to inherit Volpone's wealth. So, The second person, Carpaccio, is also very greedy. And the third, Chutar, Corbino, is ready to prostitute his own beautiful wife Celia, and only to secure his position as Volpone's heir. So Corbino is a very crucial person, very crude person, very nasty person. He is prepared to risk his reputation only for money and wealth and property. To him, he says, a commercial benefit is better and greater than honor and wisdom. So, what kind of man Corbino? Number 5. Contemporary belief. Jonson's belief. What was the belief? Jonson or the contemporary person of that time. Jonson also satirizes the contemporary superstitions and the beliefs of quackery and wonder cures in Volpone. Before Sir Politic steps out of his house in the morning, he is very careful to throw beans over the threshold. So, superstition is there. Not only this, mountebanks are held in high esteem by people like Sir Politic, even the royalty and nobility also in England of the time. And good example is Queen Elizabeth I patronized many quacks of her time. So it is also important. So here Jonson very critically criticized the contemporary society's belief. Even the royal person, the higher class people like Sir Politic they were very much devoted to these kinds of superstitions. And number 6, Jonson's attack on profession. Very interesting. In Volpone, actually, Jonson attacks directly lawyer's profession. Carpaccio is a lawyer, but he pleads to his maker only few pennies. He was a greedy lawyer. Mosca tells Vulture, that is lawyer, that Volpone has always admired the noble profession, the lawyers, because they speak in favor of any case on the both sides or of the same question. They can make a case very complicated sometimes and also can solve the complexity very easily. So Volpone choose these kinds of profession and man. The lawyers can give the advices for the case of against the case or against the case. At the same time, they play their roles in duel only just to get money. So they are money monger. They continuously want money and money. Even they can equivocal advices. They play dual roles. So these people are the dirty people of the society of the time. And Volpone direct attacked this noble profession. Number 7, Jonson attack on women. In the play, Jonson also satirizes woman's love of fashion through the character of the lady would-be The wife of Tsar politic would be a noble person of England. Lady would be actually imitates fashion, especially those of the Victorian prostitutes. She not only makes Freudian slides for the tongue but also makes overtures to Volpone. The love of gold makes lady politic would be ready to sell her chastity to Moscow only for a handful of gold. So the ladies of the time of England were not fresh. They were very much addicted to gold, to be rich, fashion. So it was also criticized by Jonson through Volpone. So here we can say very much that Volpone is a comedy of humors, but through these humoristic elements, the characters of Volpone are involved in different kind of corruption. They are very much greedy. Here, Jonson attack on women. The women of England of the time were totally corrupted. They did everything only to get money, only to fulfill their pleasure. So, the love of gold here in the Volpone, Jonson very critically tried to show the real picture of the aim of the women of the time of English people. Very interesting. And the next, some other characters. Number 8, other characters. You know, Mosca is a fly. It's a parasite of Volpone, and Volpone is a center or protagonist of this play. But he pretends to get more and more property from others, mainly the gold. And he too, or he become illness only to get money, because Volpone is the name by the Italian word. Volpone means fox, the clever person, the very cunning person. And Volpone's parasite Mosca is also more cunning than Volpone. So Mosca also cherishes the same passion, how to become the owner or the heir of Volpone's property. Actually, he played an important role to get the wealth and property or gold from the mainly 3 legacy hunters, and their name are Carpaccio, an advocate, Balsa, an advocate. Carpaccio, very interesting character, who wanted to inherit his own son Bonario from his own property, only to get the property or to be inherit of Volpone's property. And also Carbino, that is raven, crow. Carpaccio means raven and Carbino means crow, little crow. But here we see Carbino makes her own beautiful wife Leah prostitute only to get the property of Volpone. So all of the characters here are imbalanced and also abnormal, and they are not physically abnormal but mentally abnormal. So here we say physical mental abnormality is more dangerous than physical imbalance. So in this imbalance, characters actually make the play comedy, and this comedy makes satire. So Volpone is really a satire who is actually exposed the real picture of the society of English in contemporary time. And last on, the conclusion. So through all the characters, like Volpone, the protagonist, the fox, the cunning character, Mosca the fly, the parasite, who is always with Volpone, and the other three legacy hunters, Carpaccio, Vulture, Carpaccio, Carvino, and the lady would be, and also Sarpatrid, politic would be. All are corrupted, all are selfish, all are meanness, and gross materialism is there. So all the characters here played an important role to make this play satire. Actually, all the characters, including the Ola, are driven by the master passion of greed and avarice of gold and wealth. So every from Volpone to three deformed, all are involved in getting money because they were greedy. They were meant to get or to be inherit of Volpone's property, but Volpone is actually a real culprit to get the property or gold from others. To him, gold is God. To him, gold is sun. And he believes that only gold can buy the soul. So here he emphasizes on gold. At last, we say thus, Jonson's comedy of Volpone is the image of times of England. So it was the reflection of the contemporary time of England. Despite large infusion of satire intent, Volpone does not lose its power of comedy. Actually, it is a comedy in which Ben Jonson satirizes the follies, vices, greed, avarice, and foibles in the contemporary society. So, at last we can say that the famous writer of Elizabethan period, Ben Jonson, actually very nicely, skillfully had a great witness in writing satire through Volpone using different type of characters of birds and animals. So, it is a contemporary social structure of that time. Thank you, dears. I think you will understand when you will see or heard this lecture. And I have completed 8 lectures of Volpone. If you need more, then I will deliver another lecture. I think no need from this. And I think the next lecture will be held on the Duchess of Malfi. Okay, and through Duchess of Malfi, I will try my level best to finish my course. Thank you, my dears. Stay home, stay safe, and stay blessed and stay strong. But study, study. This is my request, my dear students. Okay, Allah Hafiz. Thank you.